This video will be split up into 3 parts: the setup, the technique, and the equipment. In each of these sections, there will be stages you need to do in order to actually see the benefits from this video. This guide has been made for everyone, so whether you're an advanced, trainee, or a beginner, this video will be for you, so make sure you watch it in its entirety. The first section of this video will go over the setup. This part is how to put your body in the perfect position for your own leverages to lift the most weight possible. In this section there will be 5 stages: the preparation, getting underneath the bar, grip, bracing and leg drive, and the 5th is the unwrap. Stage 1, preparation. Before you get underneath the bar, make sure the bar is evenly loaded on either side with the same amount of weight. Make sure there's clips on the weight to prevent the weights from sliding off the bar, and make sure the bar is in the center of the rack, so when you unrack it, the weight is even. Make sure the bar is a power bar, so there is knurling where you place your hands, so that it allows better grip, as the cross stitching in the metal will grip onto your hand, which will prevent the bar from slipping out your hands. Try and use the same bar every time so that you know where to place your hands. Stage 2, getting underneath the bar. Start on the bench and slide yourself back so your head is off the bench, as this will allow you to place your feet closer in, which can allow for better leg drive, increasing the stability you have and allowing a better brace, which can result in a better force output. Use the bar to pull yourself into position so your eyes are underneath the bar. Retract and depress the scapula, as this will protect the scapula, as it will stay in the same position instead of running into the bench, which will cause your shoulder to roll forward, therefore will put you in a more compromised position. Stage 3, grip. The perfect grip width is different for everyone, as we are all built different. The main thing with grip width is just to use a grip width that you like and you find comfortable and allows the best strength for you. The wider the grip, the less range of motion, so in theory the strongest, and allows the best potential for the most weight lift. But at a point, it will be too wide that you lose out on tricep force production, so you need to find a perfect balance. I recommend trying different grips and over time move out or in by a finger space or 2 until you find what works for you. It can be the case that at some point in your lifting career you have a closer grip, but over time you find that a wider grip works best for you. It will change over time, but you just have to change your grip width here and there to find what works for you. The second part with grip is where you want the barbell to be resting on your hand. You want the majority of the pressure to be on your ulna. This is because there are 2 bones in the lower arm, the radius and the ulna. But when you rotate the arm, the only bone what moves is the radius. What this means is that the ulna will provide better support as it is fixed in place and will not move when you move your arm. To get the majority of the pressure on your ulna, you need to grip the barbell right. To do this, you want to rotate your arms so your thumb and your index finger make a diamond together. Slide your hands apart to the desired grip that you find the most comfortable, and jam the meaty bit between the thumb and the index finger into the bar. Wrap the index and middle finger over the barbell as tight as possible. Then wrap the thumb over them. Let all the fingers go around the bar and grip onto it as tight as possible. When you're doing the press, think about pressing your knuckles to the roof to keep the joints stacked. Stage 4, bracing and leg drive. Brace into your core by taking a deep breath through your nose into the belly, as if someone is about to punch you in the stomach. Create as much tension throughout the torso as possible. For leg drive, you want to keep the pressure through the foot by pressing into the ground at a 45-degree angle from where you are lying down. A good cue is to imagine you're trying to push the bench away with your leg drive. Stage 5, the unrack. This is the final stage in the setup phase before we go into the technique of the actual lift itself. The first thing you want to do is retuck and depress the scapula again to make sure you have the best base to be able to press from. Use the lats and triceps to pull the barbell out from the rack. It's important that you try and pull it out and don't press it up, as by pressing it up you can cause the scapula to protract. This can lose the stability that you have just created. The rack position is very important, as if it is too high you'll need to reach for it and you will lose the scapular position. However, if it was too low, you'll waste energy trying to press the barbell out. That is the whole preparation phase done of putting your body underneath the barbell. Now we can go into the technique. The technique section is about the actual lift itself, removing the barbell from A to B. It is split up into 4 stages: the descent, the pause, the upward phase, and the re-rack. Stage 1, the descent. Lower the barbell down to around sternum level while keeping control and pressure throughout the legs. This part of the lift is all about building up the max pressure you're able to for when you press the barbell up. Stage 2, pausing. Pause for 1 to 2 seconds. There are 2 different types of pauses. This can be a soft touch, where you bring the barbell down and gently rest it on your chest, or it can be a sink, where the barbell sinks into your chest. Personally, I prefer a soft touch as it is more comfortable and I feel more safe when doing it. Stage 3, the upward phase. Once you finish your 1 to 2 second pause, press the barbell up as explosively as possible. When pressing up, make sure you're keeping consistent leg drive. Your brace is still there, your shoulders are still retracted, and the pressure for the barbell is mainly on the ulna and not the radius. If you're doing a 1 rep max, then you can allow for some slight protraction of the scapula, as this can help with strength barriers. The reason that I think allowing some protraction in a 1 rep max is better than if doing it for reps, as if you're doing it for reps and your scapula is protracted, when you come back down, the bench will be in the way to retract your scapula again and will cause your shoulder to roll forward. But if you're doing a 1 rep max, you won't have to come back down again, so you will not be put in a compromised position. Stage 4, the re-rack. Once you fully extend the arms, once you finish the concentric phase, pull the barbell back into the racks with force so that it connects with the back. Then slowly lower it until it's on the racks. You don't want to just drop it in case it's not in the racks properly, so slowly lower it until you feel that it is rested upon the J hooks. That's the technique of the bench press done. We'll now go over equipment to finish off the video. There is 4 pieces of equipment we'll go over them in order of importance. So if you don't have a lot of money, just buy the ones which will give you the best bang for your bucks. Links will be in the description to the pieces I would recommend just based on what others use. These are all just recommendations, they're not essential to the bench press and it's up to you what you buy. The first piece of equipment and the most essential for the bench press is wrist wraps. Wrist wraps will help keep the wrist stacked, which will allow for the best force production as all joints will be stacked, which is usually the strongest to press from. I've linked the SBD wrist wraps below as they are high quality and a reputable brand. They are around £30, but probably you can find a discount for them. If you find any discounts, put them in the comments and I'll pin it so others can use it. The second piece of equipment is shoes. The main thing you want with shoes for bench press is just them to be grippy, as this will allow for better leg drive. I've linked the Advances shoes below, which are around £75. If you use the code Jamal at checkout, it will save you around £8. The third piece of equipment is elbow sleeves. These will play a role in keeping the elbow warm during the bench press, which can help with the feeling of the press. It probably won't add weight onto the bar, but it can help with the overall feeling. The final piece is a belt. Belt can help to remind yourself to brace, as on the bench press it's easy to forget to brace, so having a belt can assist and remind you to brace. I wouldn't buy a belt just for bench, but if you're doing squats and deadlifts then it might be a good idea to buy one. That is the list of all the equipment, so I'll wrap up the video now. Links in the description to all equipment in the video. I've also linked 3 more videos about other guides on how to bench that helped me, so if you're interested and want to know more, then give them videos a watch. Hopefully the deadlift guide will be out in a couple of days, so then there'll be a full squat bench deadlift guide for you. But that is pretty much it for this video.